all these seals, I put water wide. My brother, he a trader, he be talking about investing stocks. Bitch, I'm at the pawn shop, about to invest in some gloves.
All right, yo, welcome to the Blessed Foundation, where we strive to achieve, always play to win, and where money is no issue, my man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be looking at the AU pair, the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar, and I'm gonna try to keep track of my trades and everything so I could show y'all and watch me build this small account as it grows, and just to learn the market from me and learn what I see in the market and the certain moves that I make and try to catch. Now we're gonna break down this pair. I have a video that I am going to incorporate into this when I first started doing my analysis on AU. I'm on a weekly right now, so I'm still yet considering this price range when I break it down to the lower time frame. Now, with how weeks go, the market loves to retrace at the beginning of the week, continue moves that it was ending on last week, and then get its feet by Wednesday, and then actually makes the real move. So being the fact that the market had opened, I believe in my eyes, the market was looking for a higher price to actually sell at. So it's coming back around this price level once again. It might actually peak back up here, but it's coming around to this 0.7800 price level. And it might come back up to like 178. I mean 178. It might come out back up to 0.7820 around that area, and show us price action that it wants to actually drop from there. So this will actually be maybe a retest for me. I'm looking for it. I'll be looking for it to make sure, but also, price didn't really want to break this range right here. Price actually really needs to break this this level to show me signs that it actually really wants to sell off. But also, if it makes a lower high here, boom, I'm gonna just get in on that sell early. And once it breaks this level right here, a strong break of this level, I know the market's in the sell. So I know most likely it's actually going to probably come down and break this level as well, and then just continue dropping. And how I caught this 300 pip trade, actually 300 pip plus trade, but we're just gonna call it a 300 pip trade to make it easy. Now it took about a week for this trade to actually play. I mean, a week, sorry. It took about a month for this trade to actually play out. But what's a month to about 300 pips that I'm going to make? um, so a month's wait and some re-entries is no time, to be honest. So now I'm gonna break this down. This pair around the 18th of March, which is this candle right here, is when I started looking. I think I might have been looking at it before then. I know I was actually looking at it when it came up to test this level right here, which was this just price level, about around 0.7820. And when it came up to test that price level, once again, this basically fourth time, and made a lower high than what this was, I was looking for a reversal and for the market to start breaking down. Because all last year, the market had been trending up. So I was looking at this consolidation area, this little range that it was having, and I was looking for the market to actually break down and continue to drop. So with the 18th of March, AU decided to push up. I actually wanted it to push back up into about the 820 area and then drop before, because this candle right here wasn't there. So I wanted to see the market actually come up here and then drop which it slightly came up there and then had this huge bearish candle push down. Now, when I seen this huge bearish pressure, and this is a bearish engulfing candle towards this bullish candle, I actually got in around 0.7800. Now, 0.7800 is about right there, and that was my entry, and downfall to the end. Now, the market did come back up and try to test 7,800. You know, it dropped, came back up, tried to test 7,800, then had a nice push down, and it broke this level. Actually, this was the initial first break that I want to see of this price point right here, this 0.77 level. Really, it's right now, it's actually at 0.7695, but to make it a whole number, I would do, you know, 0.7700. But that's the initial break of this area for me to look for price to start going down. And then price came back up from that and then dropped, and price actually stayed below the area, which gave me a sure enough sign that it wanted to sell off, at least for me. Now, once it did this, I was looking for a retracement. Now, the market could have came up, well, market came down, could have came back up and retraced right here and then dropped. But actually what it did was drop, come all the way back up, just made equal highs. Now, I would say it kind of dropped, but I guess it dropped and broke this low. So consider this a low right here. It broke that low on a smaller time frame, went back up, made a lower high where price actually stayed. Yes, there were wicks up here, but this is where price actually stayed, made a lower high, and then continued to drop. Now, that's what I want to see. Because for actually my reentry, because I told you I got it up here, this was just my confirmation that the market is about to sell off. So I actually put in a reentry. I actually did a reentry right here, got stopped out. Then this would have been my second reentry, just being the fact that this was my confirmation that the market actually wanted to push down. So, and even from this point, this was at about 7.7750. And so that's still 250 pips that you're making. So initially 150 pips. So initially 300 pip move. I wasn't even necessarily looking for a 300 pip move. I was looking for the market to come down to about 0.7600. So that's a 200 pip move, but it actually went a decent amount farther past that. But I was looking for the market, like I said, to come down to about this level, to the 600 level. And once it did that, I was actually looking for a respective bounce back up to retest and then another drop back down. But just so happens the market ends up going to about 0.7500, which added an extra 100 pips to my trade. Now that was May 18th, sorry, all the way to June 18th, whole month worth of pip catching, 300 pips. And now we're coming to the end of third quarter, coming to the end of June as well. And this whole month has been nicely bearish. And this previous week that we just had was actually a nice bullish week. And I believe this was just a retest, a nice corrective move from the huge drop that we actually had within the previous week, or 2 weeks actually. But it was just a nice bearish pressure last week. So that was just that corrective move, impulsive corrective, coming back to test this low right here. Now I'm actually looking for the market to push back down. Now, granted, I actually do want to see the market maybe come back up a little more, and maybe knock some stop losses out, which that might have been what this was. But I wanted to see the market come back up to about 70.7650. But we'll see what's going to happen. And, because it could just, what I call it, freak out and actually come back up to that area or not and stay right here at this price point and then continue to fall. But I'm looking for AU to continue dropping right now, floating at about 200 pips and so on and so forth. So that's my small breakdown of AU 300 pip trade. I guess strategy, you could call it. I'm following the trend. It's what every trader, what the basics is, what you've been taught, what you should have been taught. Just learn how to follow trends and learn different price points to where the market should react to, where you want the market to react. And once it hits that price point, make sure the market is going or is reacting how you expected it to react, and manage your risk and get in on that trade, which is exactly what I did and how I ended up landing a 300 pip trade on AU.
I'm the one be cracking all these seals. I put water. My brother, he a trader. He be talking about investing stocks. Bitch, I'm at the pawn shop by the invest.